Hello YouTube, I have for your reviewing pleasure today on Limited Run Kits Corner a Vought SB2U-1 Vindicator. This is from Special Hobby and is in 1/72 scale. This is the Commander's Planes kit. So you can see a nice box art there of the Vought Vindicator. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tip this down and we'll take a look and see what comes in the kit. Go quickly around the box here though. The box on Special Hobbies are pretty basic. Kit number 72272. Have normal side profile and then a little bit of information put out by squadron. So go ahead and lay that to the side, and then inside of here we have our single booklet here, which has the information in English and Czech on the Vindicator. So yeah, let's go ahead and go through. So we have our parts call out here, and starting in with the main cockpit area. It's nice that you actually have all of the added detail parts for the sidewall framing, especially seeing that this is a pretty open cockpit. You have cockpit going in, instrument panel, which is also nice that it has the gauges on the back. So should you want to do some sort of diorama with like an open panel, even in 1/72 scale, you could do that and then wire up the back of that. It would really look nice. Then we have the engine here, the cowls, cleaning guide for that, putting the wing sections on, landing gear, getting that all put in, and then your loadout, so either a couple of bombs or your drop tanks, and then position of those, and then last but not least, your clear part. It does have you actually drilling a 1.5mm hole to put your bomb sight. And then you go into the marking options. So we have from the USS Ranger on CV4, and that one is from 1940. You have from 1939 from the USS Lexington. Let me get that to focus. There we go. So over on the side would be our Ranger. The side here is the Lexington. And you have from the USS Saratoga from 1938. And our last option here is going to be a Marine Squadron, VMF-1, and it's Quantico in 1940. So it's kind of nice that it gives you not just the Navy options, but also a Marine option, and then other releases from Special Hobby. So have just a single self-seal bag here. Go ahead and tip that back down a tiny bit and turn autofocus back on. Inside of the bag, we'll go ahead and pull everything out here. And we do have a loose bit here, which is our resin. We'll take a look at that in a second. Set the bag to the side. So to start off with here, we have our canopy, which is actual plastic. It is not back form, which is nice. Have your sight holes on the bottom side of the fuselage. Really nice raised panel lines as well, make masking easier. Have our decal sheet. Pretty straightforward. All of the carrier film is cut really close to the numbers, and it's pretty transparent on that. And we'll just go ahead and do the resin piece here. So start off with, we have the rear machine gun. Get that to focus. As well as, I'm assuming, what would be a throttle lever, but without re-looking through the parts, possible to know for sure. Or instructions, I should say. And then we get into the actual kit itself. Really nice fine panel lining for the ribbing. as well as the actual just main panel lines themselves. Capture that in the light for you guys. And the cowl, as you can see, very nice for screw holes to attach the cowl. Little bit of flash right around the edge, but nothing too bad. Have our instrument panel there, and if I can get that to focus, there we go. That'd be the back side with the actual pots for that instrument panel, which, like I said, is very nice to see. Got our seat there. And then our second sprue has the rest of our internals. The engine itself's pretty crude when it comes to the detail, but a little bit of wiring can really liven the plainest of engines up. Drop tanks are beautifully molded. Even has just a tiny bit of texture on it. And one interesting kind of historical anecdote to this, the original drop tanks that they were using was actually a form of like a laminated paper. So it really captures that really well. I don't think my camera will be able to pick it up. Let me see if it can focus enough. Yeah, I think it's just going to capture it as a smooth glare. But if you actually look at it in person, it does have almost like a texture to it, which would be correct for those. So it's also really nice that they put all of the ejector pins and things like that on these additional gates. Just keeping everything nice and away from the parts. No sink marks, anything like that. Just a tiny bit of burring and a little bit of flash, but definitely nothing to be concerned with. So that is the Special Hobbies 1/72 scale SB2U-1 Vindicator.